behind, or a lot behind. I need to, sometimes I just need to deal with my other job, my main job. I hit a wall in terms of energy levels and just laid the deadlines together, so apologies. I'm sorry for the wait, but we will get through the other 6 zodiac signs for this week, and then I'll do fresh readings. I'll start these this weekend, okay, tomorrow. Really wasn't well yesterday with the heat. Was suffering terribly in work, terribly. It's been 30 degrees where I am, so absolute like pain, to be honest. Got all the students moaning about how hot it is. You're getting observed, you're getting book looks. Oh, it's never ending. Anyway. Should we light that candle? Just to keep a flame. So I'm starting off with Libra. Oops. Picked a bit too much. Oh God. I've got like a small fire going on. I don't want to ruin my candle. So that's coming out of there. Just meditating so I can get in the energy. Okay, where are my cards? Here they are. So we're starting off with Libra. We'll do a few shuffles. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Libra's highest good. How is Libra feeling in this 3rd week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? Hi, welcome into the chat. We're on Libra. That was kind of strange, wasn't it? The way those cards flew out then. They sort of like flicked out one by one. So we've got the Lovers card, which is the major for Gemini. And it's upright, okay? See, that's soulmate's energy. Now, it's put together. Hi, welcome in. Hi, is it Javan? Must we do this again? Peaceful mind, welcome in. Oh, fantastic, you're Libra. We've got the 3 of Swords reversed, okay? That's recovery from heartache. Welcome in, Ruhani and Prashant. We've got the World card. Okay, so we've got the completion of a cycle. In the story of the major arcana, the Fool realizes that better days are coming. Okay, so even though things have been tough, and this doesn't have to have happened recently, it could have happened a while ago, because that shows that you're getting over it. Better days are coming, and I'm not answering personal questions. I'm going through the zodiac signs in case you need to watch the sign of your person, or watch your sign. Better days are coming, guys, okay? Hi, welcome into the chat. Hi, Ipsita. Hi, Andy. Right, we've got the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Now, the Ten of Pentacles upright is lasting generational wealth. It's when you put your income, so that'll be 5 Pentacles, you add it to their income, 5 Pentacles, and you get the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, nice even balance. 10 is an even number. And you have money for your children and money for their children. It's like the ultimate goal, you know, that we're all working towards. So when that's reversed, it's like those pentacles have been lost. And usually for me, when it's the Ten of Pentacles reversed, it's this ending of a serious commitment and a withdrawal or loss of those pentacles. Okay, so you have to split assets, you have to put a deposit on your own place, you have just your income, like a single income household now. So I think that's what's going on. The Five of Swords. Okay, so this is people arguing. This is verbal arguments and disagreements. Okay. You may still be in contact with the person. You may have to be in contact with them. You may not have to be in contact with them. Hi, Unicorn. Welcome in. Hi, Barbara. Right, these are going to be the cards of your person. The Nine of Cups reversed. Okay, they're not happy. The Nine of Cups upright. 9 is when you're single. Cups is emotion. So this is being contented within yourself. When you have the 10 of Cups, it's everyone in the family being happy, everyone in the household being happy. This is about you as an individual being happy when it's the 9 of Cups. See, this person is not happy, okay, because that's reversed. They're not happy within themselves. So I don't know if this is who you're dealing with, who you're manifesting in the future, or who is on your mind and you're no longer dealing with them. The Fool reversed. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so someone is, they're not contented. Okay, they're discontented within themselves. The Fool, when he's upright, is someone that they want to take a leap of faith. They're ready, okay? It's a reset at zero. It's like, I'm ready to leap into the start of a new journey, a new chapter, a new relationship, a new adventure, a new venture, like a business venture or something. But when it's reversed, it's like I'm not gonna do this because it would be foolish to do that. If I jump off that ledge, I could fall, I could break my legs. I mean, it could be that energy accentuated in the other direction. It could be like they're overeager, they're completely reckless. But we'll see. Let's see what else comes out. I'm not taking questions. I'm just doing general readings for each of the zodiac signs, okay? Aries up to Virgo were done in the previous readings. If you look at lives and you go to the list, you can find the other signs. The last 6 signs, so Libra up to Pisces, I'm doing in this live because I'm behind already. It's been a hectic week. Okay, so the Empress when she's upright is the major arcana for Libra and for Taurus. Okay, it's very heavy earth and air energy. The Empress is the highest status in the tarot deck, along with the Emperor. She is feminine energy. She's all 4 queens. Okay, so she attracts love. She does not chase it. She attracts abundance. She does not chase it. That doesn't mean that she attracts love in terms of she's very caring, very calm. People feel safe around her. She's understanding. She gives good advice. It's a very like nurturing energy. So people are happy to be in the company of the Empress. That's what is attractive. Okay, she's very beautiful. But she's pregnant. She's a natural nurturer. Okay, so if you know any Tauruses, they tend to be a natural nurturer. They're calm. They're Taurus the bull. Okay, they don't like to be high energy. They like to be low and slow. In terms of money, Earth signs and Taurus in particular are grafters. They will work hard, laboriously. They will go back to the same thing over and over again. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. So they're very good in workplaces. So, you know, they work hard, but they're big spenders as well, very material driven. So the Empress is ruled by Venus, the goddess of love and beauty. So we like a beautiful home, we like beautiful clothes, we like, you know, nice things, and we will spoil other people as well. So this is a natural provider, a kind person. When this is reversed, it's like you're not showing up in your highest self. Okay, so there's a lack of abundance somehow, something's missing. Now we've got the 9 of Cups reversed, there's a lack of contentment. We've got the Fool reversed, which is Wands energy. So that Queen of Wands, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, but the cups here are upside down. Okay, something's wrong with the level of contentment. And then the Fool is like Aries energy, so that's fire, ambition, excitement. Oh my god, away with the religious stuff. I'm not answering questions. Just to be clear, I'm going through the zodiac signs. I'm not answering questions, okay? Right. Yeah, there's probably a lack of enthusiasm and a lack of contentment, feelings and emotions wise. Low energy. Okay, so we have got an Empress on this side, but you're not showing up. Well, you're showing up as the Lovers, recovery from. You look like two separate energies to me. You've had a separation. They just look like they don't want to be single. You know, maybe they're really successful. If you're the Queen of Swords and you're the Queen of Pentacles, you have money. Okay, this person's reached the level of the Empress. So they could be a CEO of their own company. They could be very, very high up in work of an organization, you know, middle or top management. They could have a house, they could have children, but something's really taken the wind out of their sails. Maybe they're not married, and they'd like to be. Maybe they're married and they don't want to be, you know. Something is really not making this person happy, and they don't want to get into another chapter with someone. So they could be actively pushing people away. Let's get 3 cards for the outcome. Yeah, look, oh my God, I'm good. Look, the Queen of Pentacles is reversed. So there's a lack of money. We've got the 9 of Swords is upright. Okay, so we've got anxiety over money. Being able to be a solid provider. There could be more outgoings than what's coming in. We could have been told that we're being made, you know, we're getting reduced hours, or there isn't like going to be an extension of our contract or something like this. Or it could be that, you know, that 10 of Pentacles where we've gone from 2 incomes into 1. So this could be your cards or it could be their cards. It could be yours, to be honest. You could be fighting over assets or income. We've got an Ace of Wands. So we've got major enthusiasm. Look at all this emotion. This is like a seed with all new growth. We've got birds rising up. It's like a phoenix coming up from the ashes. Okay, an ace is what we want. It's our energy, what we've put into something, our effort, met halfway by the universe, pushing things along with good luck. Any kind of ace is half you and half the universe, pushing things forwards. Okay, encouraging the right conditions for something to take off. Let's get one more. It's fire energy. It seems like together you two would have the right amount of pentacles and the right amount of fiery enthusiasm, motivation. Maybe that's why you're being brought into each other's lives. Or this could be your ex. I don't know. If you've got a Libran ex or a Taurian ex, or an Aries ex, because the Fool is Aries, major arcana, then this might be your person and they're not happy to be separating from you. They're not happy to be single. So we need one more for the outcome. The 3 of Wands. Okay, so the 2 of Wands is The Two of Wands is when you need to make a decision. You're at a fork in the road. You don't know which path to take, okay, which adventure you should choose. The Three of Wands is like, I've chosen. This is the wand that I'm choosing and I'm taking action. I'm going to start walking down that path. It's reverse. So it's like, I know what I want, but I'm not going to start walking down that path. I'm holding myself back for some reason. Now, that's really interesting, isn't it? Because we had on their side the Fool reversed, like unwilling to start walking down the new path. And the Empress reversed, like, not really well, they're not really in their full energy. Okay, they should be the Empress upright, but they're unhappy and demotivated at the moment. So if it's not your ex showing up in this reading, then it could be the new person that's due in. So let's get a timing. This could be someone that you're manifesting because you're recovering from that heartbreak that you were experiencing with a soulmate connection. You are recovering. Release any attachment to timing, okay? But then we've also got November. So that's sort of like end of autumn, early winter. Well, it's not end of autumn, actually. It's bang in the middle of autumn, isn't it? September, October, November. It makes me think of Halloween, like just after Halloween. Could be having some cozy fireside cuddles with someone. Let's see why this person has got the Nine of Cups reversed. Why are they unhappy? Okay, they were dealing with someone who was very unpredictable. You never know what they'll do. They're unreliable. They're a total live wire, you know. You don't know where you stand with them. Distant, so far away physically and emotionally. See if you can rekindle the passion again. Okay, so someone was really off and on with this person. They couldn't understand any kind of pattern of behaviour, and it's just left them really unhappy. So you can understand why they then wouldn't be excited to get into a new situation. You'd be completely put off, wouldn't you? You would not, you know, want that because you just think, well, it's going to bring instability into my life. This Empress, like, that's no good for her. She's a solid provider. You know, she's an earth angel. She is someone that's calm for everyone to be around. She can take the strain. She's motivated. She's the Queen of Wands. She's the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. She's the ultimate provider, nurturer, motivated, ambitious, you know, great looking. Why the hell would she want to get messed about? So to be in this kind of energy is not cool. Someone's done this Empress wrong. And an Empress can be male or female. It's just that when you're in your feminine energy, you exude that nurturing vibe, that creative vibe, productive vibe. When you're in a masculine energy, you're more kind of cutthroat. You can laser in on, you know, what's best for the greater good. Like, we're not trying to think of every person and how each person is going to be affected. We're just thinking about the greater good, making the cutthroat decisions, and being a bit cooler with people. We're still a nurturer, still lots of things, but we're more domineering, more confident. There's a lot of responsibility, and we're looking at that wider picture all the time. The Empress is concerned about how each person is being affected. It's different. It's a feminine energy, and we've all got masculine and feminine energy, and we take turns being more of one or the other. It's not that it's a man and a woman. It's nothing to do with that. It's nothing to do with gender. Okay. Let's clarify a bit more what went on with this this person's person. Avoid burnout. Fiery passion is consuming, sustain a lasting balance. It was very sexual. I mean, this person's going to be very good looking that you're going to meet. And unfortunately, good looking people that are also nice people get taken advantage of. Okay. Whoever they were dealing with just isn't that deep, you know, and they haven't appreciated this Empress at all. They're gonna want someone who's really stable, okay? And being someone stable isn't dull. It doesn't mean that. You can be fantastic looking, you can have loads going for you, come from a lovely family, you know, you can be hyper interesting, uber exciting, but you're not unstable. We don't want an unstable energy for an Empress. That's not going to work. It ain't going to fly, okay? Ooh. Destroyed, shattered, broken, completely ruined. That's awful. This poor Empress. My goodness, she needs an emperor. What is going on here? You know, Librans are... You're really artistic. I've got Libra moon. You're very creative, artistic, social. You're all about fairness, equality, justice. You know, so there's no way that you would have the Empress doing everything. You just want fairness. You're very happy to do your half. You like it when things are balanced, okay? So you are the perfect match for this Empress. Let's get one more clarifying card. Oh dear. I thought we had more time. This has been very brief. This dalliance with whoever it was passionate but brief, and it's left them really distressed. There's something behind your eyes. What are you hiding? Yeah, they just could never quite get to the bottom of who this person was. You know, which sometimes that's half of the charm, isn't it? But it loses its charm quite quickly, that. So something could be happening here around November. Now, this involves your healing, but it involves theirs as well. And it looks like you're a little bit further along in terms of recovery. Okay, so we can't get an exact prediction on timing because we can't rush someone else's healing. Okay, so I think there's divine timing involved here. Let's get you some advice then, Libra. Communicate, okay? So always a good idea to communicate. You're an air sign, okay? So you're really good at that. Your sword's energy. Oops, I've just collapsed my cards by leaning on them. Your sword's energy, your air energy. You're all about fairness, communication. Written or spoken, you know, you often know what to say. Also, it depends, like, it depends what your moon sign is, okay? Because that's what you're in combination with. Break from beneath the water's surface and soar up beyond the turquoise sea. Let yourself breathe, okay? Don't get uptight about how to control this. Things left unsaid will never reach the shore, okay? So you've got to make sure that you communicate effectively with this person, because that's how trust is built. It's how we sort things out in a healthy way. That is Spirit's advice. I'm not answering individual questions. I'm going through the signs, okay? Sorry, it's just checking the messages. There's been a few while I've been doing that. Miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. That's really nice. Nice energy. Inner beauty. I open the eyes of my heart and direct my gaze to the light with every being. Personality and physical appearance are in the image of man. Beauty and goodness are in the image of God. That's so true. Okay, so what we've been talking about is how this person had something very superficial that didn't last, and they need more balance in their life. Okay, so a lot of us could apply that to ourselves. Release. I stop fighting my fears and the hardships of life. I control my thoughts, live in the present moment, and accept each stage of life. I work on what I have power over and put into God's hands what I can't change. I trust that everything will work out for the best. That's really, really nice. Okay. Again, advice for anyone. You know, if there's something you can't control, if how someone else behaves towards you is outside of your control, then you can't hold it and you can't take responsibility for it. It's not your wrongdoing, it's theirs. It's not your injustice, it's theirs. Okay, it's their karma, it's their thing that they're running around doing. You don't need to sort it, you don't need to try to control it or fix it or work through it. You just let that person run off. Because they can't run away from themselves. They're just going to keep doing what they're doing, right, until they evolve and grow. One step at a time. I see the mountain ahead and dedicate myself to taking one small step at a time. I make progress by staying focused on the present moment, the current task. Thus, I regain my ease of living. I think that's lovely, you know. I think that is advice because that person wasn't ready to take a leap of faith, but sometimes we should just, you know, one elderly couple said to me a couple of years ago, just one more, just try one more. The right one will be the next one, you know, and it hasn't gone like that. But, you know, if you take people's hope away from them, if you don't encourage them to try, they're going to stop and then they're just going to be by themselves, you know, and that's not really good advice either. So we can't judge people, you know, and so you pick bad people, that's your problem, or it's your fault that this has happened. They just need to stay optimistic, keep being who they are, and if there's anything to work on it, but otherwise you can't hold yourself responsible for what other people, you know, need to change that they're doing. That's their spiritual homework that they need to work on. It's not yours or this person's. It's someone else's baggage, someone else's wrong, you know, ways. They need to grow and evolve. It's our job to let it go, you know. If we hold grudges, it hurts us more than it hurts the other person. Healing. The frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. So if you're lying on the beach and the sun's shining, you don't want to kind of forget where you are and be sort of mithered by all your worries. You need to try to find a way to relax, unclench, your jaw, unfurl your fingers, and, just kind of like enjoy every little breeze that you feel on your skin. Submit yourself to the environment, dig your toes into the sand. If you're somewhere like woodlandy, take your shoes off, enjoy the soil on your feet. Try and reconnect with nature. That's the secret to healing. This is sacred geometry, and there's no beginning, there's no end, and you are part of this pattern. You're not separate to it. You're part of the universe. And human beings, we somehow intellectualize everything, and we somehow get so removed from the fact that we're part of the animal kingdom. We get too much in our head. Everything becomes about likes and electronics, and we need to get grounded quite frequently. The frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies as well as in the physical world. Okay, so when we're stressed, it's that fight or flight response. However, it's probably that we're not directly under threat. So sorry for anyone that is under direct threat because they're in a war zone or they're suffering domestic violence on a daily basis. I'm so sorry for anyone who's experiencing that, but most of us aren't. And yet we feel completely plagued with worry, with doubt, with fear. So we have to learn to let that go out of us with the next breath, and truly relax, because it's not good to be tense all of the time. It really isn't good for you. Worry about things a little bit, because that's being aware, but we can't be distressed 24/7, and we shouldn't do that to ourselves, okay? We have to trust that everything is happening the way it's supposed to. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. I love that. I love that. You're here for a reason, so be confident. Don't allow people to squash you and push you down. We take a lot of criticism in work. We take criticism off partners, off family, and we criticize ourselves. I think too many people are emotionally beating themselves up in this very moment. We all do it, self-deprecating. I hate my body. Why don't I earn more money? Why don't I have a job right now? Why am I with this idiot? Why? We need to stop being self-deprecating, and we need to be confident of what we bring to the table, that we have unique talents, things about our character that people really appreciate and admire in us. Aspects of our body may not be perfect. No one's perfect. But there's things about us that many people appreciate. Some people might look at us, notice something really nice about us and never say it. I try to compliment people when I have a thought. I try to say it out loud, because I'm sure people don't get enough compliments. And the people that don't get them are people that are really, really good looking, because people are too jealous to say, you look really nice. They just think, well, they already know. See, they're often the people that they get treated the worst as well. They get taken for granted, they get treated the worst, people don't want to compliment them. So I try to compliment people who are good looking, because I don't think they get told. I think they get a lot of hate. You know how it feels when someone's complimented you on something, it feels really nice. Why would you not want to boost someone like that? That's unconditional love. Okay, I'm going to get you a crystal. Venus. Okay, so I'm not sure what the planets mean. I used to work with the planets a lot, and I just haven't done it for ages. So you can look up Venus and see what that means. Okay, but you are ruled by Venus. Okay, amethyst. So this is for the crown chakra. Let's find amethyst, because that's what Spirit's recommending for you at the moment. There it is. And we've got some right here. Amethyst is a lilac to dark purple semi-precious gemstone from the quartz family. The ancient Romans believed amethyst got its lush purple colour when the god Bacchus spilled wine on a clear stone. Today, amethyst is believed to assist in connecting with the big guy in the sky. Sorry, my eyes are tired at this time. Where to put it, the interior decorator's little purple secret, amethyst could uplift the vibe of any living space. Who needs it? Train wrecks who go off the rails on the wet and wild route to Bacchanalia or any Pisces. Oh my goodness me. When to use it? When it's time to give up the victim routine and start living with purpose. Hold on tight to amethyst. Get drunk on your higher self. I love that. Okay, so if we're in that vibe, what you want to do is some light reading, especially in the sun. I'm going to do some reading this weekend. This is The Four Psychic Senses by Kevin Hunter. It's got all the explanations of all the chakras, okay, and which angels to ask for help. You have to ask them, they're not allowed to interfere, okay? It explains all your spirit team. It's quite a short book, the text is big. It's on Amazon. But I do feel like there's a lot of spiritual homework going to be done, and you might go through an ascension in the next couple of weeks to the next couple of months. So when you read about spirituality, you tend to have spiritual experiences. Like after I read that book on holiday, I literally had like I had visions of purple, very, very bright purple, where my third eye chakra is, and it was as I was closing my eyes, getting ready to go to sleep, and it's not anything I've experienced in 40 years of my life. This was something new, and it was after reading that book. So I just think the more you study, you know, if you haven't studied your faith in a while, if you haven't studied the chakras and your spirit team, if you haven't read anything about it ever, like have a go. Just buy a book and read a little bit about it, okay? The more you understand, the more likely you are to activate something. Okay, that's enough of me going on. I hope you like that reading. I hope it resonates. Please give me a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, and I'll see you in the next one, Libra. Which won't be long, it'll be, you know, this weekend. Because I'm a bit late doing these, but you know. I've been burning myself out. I was really like depleted yesterday. So you gotta cut me some slack. Oh God, have you ever had that happen to you where you lose something you've been working on, like an essay or a presentation? I literally was so stressed last night and today, and I managed to find it like about an hour before I left work, and I was just like, thank God. I mean, I could have remade it, and I was prepared to have to do that, but I just thought, please, no. I was begging, I was praying. Do you know what I mean? And I was like on 1% that I was going to find it. I really was. And I found it. So very, very grateful for that. Right, we're going to go on to Scorpio. Hi Anita, welcome in. Hi Keith. I'm not answering personal questions. You have to watch the sign of your person, or you can watch your sign. I'm not answering personal questions, okay? I knew that was going to happen. There we go. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Scorpio's highest good. How is Scorpio feeling in this third week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Scorpio, please. Right, in the challenge position, we've got the World card. Now, in the story of the Major Arcana, the Fool realises that better days are coming, okay? It's been tough times, but at some point, we're going to get that shooting star, that moment of change, and, you know, better days are coming. So it's the completion of a cycle with the World card. Safe, don't come into a channel about something you don't believe in and try to cause trouble. I don't denounce what you believe in, okay? So don't do that to us. I'm an omnist, okay? So I appreciate the presence of all spiritualities and religions. But anyone who denounces what someone believes in gets removed. Okay, so we've got the Two of Pentacles reversed. So the Two of Pentacles, when it's upright, is someone that's looking for duality. They're looking for balance. There's this endless, infinite, juggling. It's the card of the juggler. So it's like Pentacles are time, money, and energy. So it could be two priorities. Okay, like work and romance, or work and health. We're trying to juggle and we haven't got a balance. So that's you at the moment, Scorpio. You need to watch the sign for you or for your person. Okay, I'm not answering individual questions. Right, we've got the Ace of Pentacles reversed, the Queen of Wands upright, and the Hanged Man as the challenge. Now, this is like, am I able to turn myself upside down and see another perspective? Can I see things from a different angle? Can I look at things in the way that other people are looking at them? Or can I find a different solution? When it's reversed, it's a very stubborn energy, like my way or the highway. See, this is the challenge. There's been some sort of loss of opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and it could be to do with work, because we've got the Queen of Wands, or it could be to do with a third party situation, because this is Sagittarian energy, but it can be in a love reading. It can be a card of like a third party, like the other man, the other woman. Okay, but it, ambition, fire energy, confident. So this could be someone who has lost a financial opportunity or an opportunity for growth. And the challenge is like, can I see things in a different way? Can I find another, way to solve this problem, or see a different opportunity? Right, because you're spamming, you're going out. Just don't spam. I am doing readings for the signs. I'm not answering individual questions, okay? Probably only just come in, so you don't know, but it does say that it's AllSigns Weekly love readings and which signs that it's for, so I'm gonna have to tie my hair up. It's like a blanket on me. I'm so hot. Right, let's get some cards for the one that's on your mind, the one that you're dealing with, or the one that you're manifesting in. Oh my goodness me, the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups. That is the third party situation. When you have the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups card is two people who've recently fallen in love and they each feel the same for one another. The Three of Cups, when you introduce another, that's too many. Okay, that's a third party situation. And that came out sort of as the challenge. Yeah, the Chariot reversed, it's the major arcana for Cancer. So you could be dealing with someone who's a Cancer. There's a lot of water energy here with the major for Cancer, and then we've got the Cups. But it doesn't have to be. They could have Cancer in their chart. But again, it's more about the narrative. So when the Chariot is overturned, it's failure or loss at the last minute, defeat at the last minute. So a third party situation could have been exposed, or you just can't fully get the attention of someone because they're already married, and that can feel like defeat and failure. Or you believe that they're going to leave their person and then they don't, and that can feel like defeat or failure. Hi, the first, the last, welcome in. The Six of Pentacles, someone's looking for fairness. They want equal give and take. Six is an even number. Pentacles are increments of money, time, or energy. They just want their half. They want fairness, okay? Let's get 3 for the outcome. We've got the Magician, okay? So we've got 4 aces here with the Magician. This is someone that has all the tools to succeed. You don't understand tarot, you need to get out. Oh my goodness. How could I know the person's name? I'm not a fly on your wall, am I? You don't understand tarot? What on earth are you doing coming into the channel? Absolutely ridiculous. I'm confusing you. Wow. I'm sorry, but like that's brilliant. I'm confusing you. Oh, give me a break. The Judgment. Okay, so the Judgment card, the angels are calling for action. Okay, you see this beagle. They're calling for action. Some kind of action needs to be taken. We've got the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is mental entrapment. Okay, so this person believes that there's no way out. They genuinely believe like they're trapped in this situation that they're in. But they're blindfolded. If they took the blindfold off, they'd realise they're actually free. Okay, so it's mental imprisonment, the Eight of Swords. The Page of Cups reversed, that can be like refusing to apologise, or I don't want to express my emotions, whichever emotions they are. I don't want to express those to people. That's quite a good narrative there. Okay, so it's time to talk about feelings. It's time to see that there's a way out. It's time to open up to offers of emotion, to offer our emotion to another. And we've got the tools to do it. It's just that we don't believe that we're in a position to do it. Let's get one more. Do you know what I really can't stand? This one calling me dear. I actually can't stand that. So disrespectful. Like you're an old dear or something. I hate that. So patronising. You want me to give you the name of the person that you're next going to meet? Like, wow. So you're just going to walk up to someone with that name. If you hear someone shout someone else and you're going to be like, do you know what? You're the next person I'm meant to be with. It doesn't work like that. Someone complained that I shuffled the cards too slow. It's like, I can't do it any faster. Talk about anxiety. Like, you need to go for like a holiday or something and calm yourself down. Spiritual growth is like, you know, you've either got your eyes open or you got them shut, haven't you? Six of Cups. Six of Cups are soulmates, okay? It's feelings of nostalgia. In the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, it's actually a brother and a sister, okay, on some of the cards, because it's a feeling of like, I would do anything for you. You mean the world to me. It's a feeling of like happy memories that have accrued with each cup. It's like the years over time. Okay, it's sentimental energy. It's soulmates. I'm just reviewing the cards again. So you're showing up as the completion of a cycle. You're trying to juggle priorities. The Hanged Man is in the challenge position. That ace was reversed, was it not? Yeah, it was. And that's why I said with the Queen of Wands, a third-party situation could have got out of hand or gone off the rails. And then we had on the other side the Chariot overturned, the Three of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. There's a call to action, and it's in terms of seeing the way out, okay? Being more optimistic, expressing emotion in order to find a soulmate. So I think this could be someone that you were seeing and they were taken, or they were seeing you and you were taken, or this is someone coming in that's lived the same experience as you recently, where it's like a dud, you know? It kind of ended before it's even begun, and you need a true soulmate now. If this is someone new, let's get a timing. This is someone new that's also realising that they need a true soulmate. When will Scorpio meet this person? Don't force it, okay? So you're learning lessons and you haven't finished the learning part yet. Doesn't mean it's going to be forever, but this is all part of the lesson, so we can't rush it and skip to the end and just go, I'm done with that now. Okay, there's a little bit of processing and healing and soul searching and thinking about it to do first. Why has their Chariot overturned and why have they got the Three of Cups? Let's dig into what went on with them. Ooh, exposed. Fragile heart, too open, in danger of heartbreak. So you could have been dealing with someone that was just never going to open up. Someone that was giving them the runaround, keeping it physical, refusing to be exclusive, or can't open up about their emotions, okay? And it's been disappointing, to say the least. Spirit speaks. Seek wisdom in prayer, but also have an open dialogue. They might not have been able to talk things over with this other person. Love story, once upon a time. Sorry, my cards have collapsed. Keeping you a secret. Oh my gosh. We had the third party card, didn't we? Getting played, manipulation, lies, control. Game over. Ooh, that's painful. I think this is someone you're manifesting in, you know. Because they haven't got the Seven of Swords overturned as if they've been exposed. They haven't got the Devil. There's nothing toxic from this person. That's why I don't think those cards represent them. I think they were someone's mistress or someone's, you know, extra boyfriend on the side. And I think that it's turned to shit, basically. They've been given the runaround, told lies, you know, like it's all been smoothed over when it needed to be, and we've danced around the truth, and this person just ended up getting really hurt. They want the Six of Cups, they want a soulmate connection. That wasn't the Six of Cups for them. That was not it. Yeah, it's done. I thought we had more time. Okay, so they thought it was going like the whole 9 yards. They thought it was going all the way. And, yeah, it was this. Which is often the case when someone's married. Not every single time, but it's very rare that they'll break out of their family dynamic. Okay, because they're trying to think of everyone involved. It's not necessarily because they're a jerk, but it's going to hurt a lot of people, isn't it, if they leave just like that. They can't do that. You know, and some people don't plan to do that, and some people do, and then they back out of it. And it's just, you can see how it would be really, really difficult financially, emotionally, practically. But it's difficult for people who are unmarried as well, let's be honest. People that don't have children, it's freaking difficult for everyone. But I get why people go against their own feelings, or, you know, they say it's manipulated, so it's like they've dangled this person, kept them a secret, you know, made out like it's going all the way. That's very manipulative behaviour. Let's get some advice for you, Scorpio. What is your advice? Listen. The secrets of the sea become apparent when we listen to the sound within the shells. Okay, so I think you're being asked to slow down, slow your row. It's okay to not be with someone for a little while when you're recovering from heartache or something that didn't go your way. It's okay to sort of get fully, you know, independent again and confident again, because that's when you attract in new love. And we wouldn't want to offer ourselves to someone when we're, you know, like a wounded animal. So you're just being asked to slow down, being asked to look at the facts, give someone time to prove themselves, you know, and this person needs the same advice, don't they? Everyone could use that advice, I think. We go so fast with the wrong people, because it sort of like fills a gap, doesn't it? Fills a void, sort of solves a problem. We feel like, you know, we're successful when we're in a relationship. I don't know why. It's societal standards. And of course, everyone gets lonely. You don't have to be elderly and alone to be lonely. You can be a young person and be really lonely. Okay, sometimes you'll feel a bit like that. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. Yeah, see, this is all about delving deeper, looking beneath, like what's on someone's skin, what their hair's like, what people look like. You know, is there depth to this person? Are they emotionally intelligent? Do they come from a nice, calm family life? Do they have some hobbies? Do they have some friends? Do they have, you know, family that they get on with? Do they know what it takes to be in a healthy, loving relationship? Because if these are crosses and they're not ticks, then we shouldn't accept beauty as like, well, that makes up for all the boxes. No, it doesn't. No, it definitely doesn't. Transformation. I'm constantly evolving. I improve inwardly by working on my weaknesses and refining my strengths. Life ensures I'm presented with situations that will help me to learn and to grow. I'm aware of my progress and open my wings to the light. How nice is that? That's all about being independent, isn't it? It makes me think of little birds that are trying to get out of the nest, you know, and they're taking their first flight. Sometimes we're ready, sometimes we're not, you know. Sometimes we've come out of a relationship and we're feeling vulnerable and we just want to be in another relationship where we just want that person back. But what we really need to do is get comfortable with, you know, not needing to be with anyone, but you're not going to feel like that straight away because it is weird as hell and you have to make whole new routines and you have to just grin and bear it and put one foot in front of the other, and it changes over time. Time is the only thing that changes it, okay? But it's such a nice feeling when you realise that you've got enough going on and you've still got reliable friends and family and you've started new hobbies and you're crossing things off your bucket list, and those things don't rely upon a relationship, okay? So there's plenty in life that can give you a full day and a full evening and a full night and to feel whole without another person being there. That should be extra, but it happens to all of us. As soon as we get into a relationship, we become like completely codependent, and you know, because it makes us really happy, and then we feel really like horrendously upset when we have a fight with that person, you know, or we have a fallout and we're not talking, or you know, they start saying they don't want to be together anymore. Your whole world falls apart, and it's like, it's actually quite nice to not have that like thing that determines whether you're happy or sad, but just to have stability for a while. So if you're craving a relationship or you're missing being half of something, just remind yourself, no drama. It can feel a little bit boring for a moment, but it's just for a moment. There's plenty of people that are unhappily married, unhappily in a family dynamic, unhappily, you know, in a relationship. So not everyone's hunky-dory, are they? There's something really nice about being given specific dedicated time to exploring our hobbies, exploring our spirituality, you know, getting fit and healthy, taking rest, meeting up with friends and family. You can be so grateful for all of that and have such a full life that you actually don't need to be anywhere or with anyone. You can be calm at home, you can feel at peace, you can feel lucky, bountiful, you know, even without another person to be in love with. You can feel. I went to Italy and I fell in love with the past. I fell in love with the fine art, the delicious wine, you know, Mediterranean like landscapes. You feel in love when you're there. Like, you don't need you can love your job, you can, you know, really love your friends, love hobbies. I love making pottery. I've started making pottery and I love it. If I can do that for the rest of my life, I'll be happy. But I sure as hell wouldn't have explored all these things from inside a relationship. I've chosen to do it because I've got that time, you know, and it's part of that resilience that builds up when you've become single again, where you get a chance to explore like different aspects of yourself. You get challenged. If everything was fine all the time, you would never get challenged and then you would never grow. The most personal growth that you do is in difficult times, so that's why you're given them. This is one of yours, okay, and you're coming out of it. This is on the way up now. Let's get you a crystal. Oh, got a couple. You have agate for the heart chakra. Oh, what is this? Apophyllite. Apophyllite for the throat chakra. And lapis lazuli for the third eye. Right, so we've got, straight away, we've got apophyllite. Wow. Apophyllite gets its name from the Greek word for star and leaf. It forms in precise brown-orange metallic blades that contain titanium and iron. Very rare and very expensive. It's found in only a few isolated locations, like Pikes Peak in Colorado, and in Norway and Quebec. Why do I feel like I've never read this card, but I've pulled it before? That's really weird. Who needs it? Anyone with a permission slip for an intergalactic field trip? Where to put it? Wherever you go to blow the lid off. A Vipassana retreat, an energy vortex, Area 51. When to use it? When it's time to step outside of yourself, like way outside, call on the energy of apophyllite to electrify you with superhero purpose so you can take flight. Unlock your highest potential. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Okay, so we're looking for lapis lazuli. I don't know if I've got agate. Let's have a look. There it is, lapis lazuli. I don't know if we've got agate. Oh no, that's not apophyllite, that's astrophyllite. That's why I've never read it. I've given you the wrong one. Apophyllite's here. Oh well, that was interesting. Apophyllite, what it is, apophyllite acts like a teleportation device to places transcendent. Well, it sounds quite similar. Often sourced from enchanted India, birthplace of Tantra, yoga, Nagshampa, apophyllite clears skepticism, cynicism, and logic from the spiritual path. That's perfect. Who needs it? Anyone looking for that ray of light from on high to hit them with something good. Where to put it? Wherever you practice religion, meditate, channel, or pray. When to use it? When the spiritual life feels like a moving target. When you feel skeptical about your true purpose on earth. When you feel like your but thoughts are dishonouring the innermost you. Beam yourself up, way up. Well, that is very Area 51. So, you know, I do think that we must have pulled that out for a reason, that other one. So we've got lapis lazuli. Yeah, we haven't got agate, but you can look that one up. I'll show you what the apophyllite one looks like. This is lapis lazuli. What it is, a deep blue stone with deep history. See ancient Egypt, Tutankhamun's eyeshadow. The Old Testament, the high priest of Israel's vestments, and the Dutch Golden Age Vermeer's palette. Who needs it? Cat people, Leos, anyone who uses the phrase in a past life, I'm totally convinced I was it. Where to put it? As a spiritual armour that lets the world know when I walk into a room, it's customary for you all to bend to knee. When to use it? When your thoughts are not your friends, call on lapis lazuli to help get you out of whatever your mind has gotten you into. I mean, That couldn't be any better. Very, very healing, okay? Getting rid of skepticism, becoming more spiritual, more faithful, trusting of the universe's plan, okay? I hope that resonates for some people. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, and I'll see you in the next one, Scorpio. We're going to go on to Sagittarius. Hi, welcome in. I'm going through the zodiac signs. I'm not doing personal questions, just so you know. I'm just starting Sagittarius. Whoops. Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Sagittarius' highest good. How is Sagittarius feeling in this third week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards, please. I'm just going to grab a hair bubble because I am boiling. Oh my goodness me, it's hot. I just went to tie my hair up and get some cold water because it's boiling hot here. Okay, 3 cards for Sagittarius, please. Okay, we've got the World card reversed. In the story of the Major Arcana, the Fool realises that better days are coming. Okay, with the World card, it's the completion of a cycle. And we know that things have been difficult. However, they have to get better. They have to. Okay, that's reversed for you on here, Sagittarius. So you could be feeling quite down about something, a bit depressed, deflated, drained. You could just be nostalgic about the past. So let's see what else comes out. You could be aware that something's over, but you don't feel like things are going forward either. Something like that. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Wands upright. We've moved on to major excitement and enthusiasm. For me, this is like a rebirth. Look at all this emotion, all this water down here. We've got a seed with new growth, you know, really strong root system, and then we've got birds flying up. They look like a phoenix rising from the ashes. So perhaps you're dealing with someone from the past, and this is a rebirth of that connection with that World card reversed. Okay, you're trying again, you're forgiving someone, taking them back, or something like this. Okay, the Moon. So this is the Major Arcana for Pisces. In the story of the Major Arcana, the Fool realizes that even though things are hidden, things are in the dark, we can't know what's ahead, we must not let fear take over us. We must walk forwards anyway. Okay, and that's upright. So I think you're boldly going, bravely walking forwards. Okay, you're not sure what's ahead, but you're going to try. You're going to do it anyway. You know that you need to just try. Let's get 3 for the one that's on your mind, the one that you're dealing with. I feel like it's probably someone that you're dealing with. It could be a new person. You could be manifesting new, but with that World card reversed, I don't think so. Okay, they've got the 5 of Pentacles reversed. Now that's a positive reversal, because the 5 of Pentacles upright is someone who is in a state of lack emotionally or financially. This is time, money and energy, the 5 of Pentacles, and it's a loss of that. It's feeling of lack. When it's reversed, it's recovery. So we're coming out from the cold. We're recovering financially. We're recovering in terms of getting someone's time or their money or their attention once again. Ooh, we've got an Emperor. Okay, so the challenge is, can I be the head of this family again? Can I be the figure of this relationship again? Can I be empowered? Can I be a leader? Can I be trusted? Can I be the rock, you know, the port in the storm for the rest of the family? An emperor likely has a lot of responsibilities in work, a lot of responsibilities at home. Okay, it's Aries, the major arcana for Aries. You could be dealing with an Aries or someone who's just giving off that divine masculine emperor energy. Okay, it's the highest status in the tarot deck. It's all 4 kings. And he's upright. Actually, he was in the challenge, wasn't he? He was in the challenge. If it was reversed, he'd be feeling weak or overbearing, one or the other. But it would be negative. Okay, so this is positive. Well, it's in the challenge. Sorry, I keep forgetting. So it could go either way. It could go either way. There's sort of recovering. So let's say it's going to go positive. Let's be positive. Let's get one more for them and then we'll know. Ooh. I say that because we've got the 8 of Pentacles, which is growth, expansion, progress. Okay, that's reversed. There's no growth, there's no expansion here. There's no building. Okay. The 8 of Pentacles is like, I'm working hard at my craft. I'm hammering away at that metal in the fire, or I'm stacking up money so that I can, you know, continue to become independent and get to the 9 of Pentacles, or I'm stacking up money to continue from the 9 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles and put my money with another person's and create lasting generational wealth. It's growth and expansion. It's putting time, money and energy into a future with someone or something. It's reversed. There's a loss of money or a lack of growth in some way. It could be lack of emotional growth, lack of financial growth. Maybe this Emperor's just trying to find balance. You know, they're not necessarily getting more than what they had before, but they may just be trying to find balance. Hi, welcome into the chat. I'm going through the zodiac signs, so you need to watch the sign of your person or watch your sign. Hi, Ramo. Hi, Rajni. Oh my god, I've never had that many cards come out. That's ridiculous. Right, we'll still do it because it's come out for a reason. Well, I don't like that because it ends in the 5 of Cups, which is grief, loss, sadness, regret. Let's start from the back. Okay, so we had the 2 of Swords, which was a refusal to deal with something, like burying your head in the sands, closed off body language, blindfolding ourselves, like, not today, thank you. Then we've got the Empress. Okay, so this is the major arcana for Libra and for Taurus. They share it, okay? The Empress is all 4 queens. She attracts, she does not chase. She's the ultimate nurturer, provider. She's caring, understanding, patient. She's beautiful. She's creative. People feel safe around her. She can create from zero as many times as she needs to. She has all 4 queens. She has the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands. She's action orientated and emotionally intelligent and beautiful and creative and truthful. You know, like, it's everything. She's everything and she's upright there. We've got the star, the major arcana for Aquarius. Okay, so that could be wish fulfillment because it's upright, or it could be that we're dealing with a Taurus, a Libra, or an Aquarius, or a couple of those signs. We've got the Chariot overturned. Okay, that's the major arcana for Cancer. It's overturned. Okay, so something to do with those two majors there has gone awry. We found ourselves at a crossroads with the Seven of Cups after this disaster. Okay, mental entrapment, not literal entrapment, just mentally entrapped. The Strength card's reversed. There's so many majors here. It's the major arcana for Leo, the lion. There's a need to be emotionally strong, and we're feeling emotionally weak because it's reversed. The Four of Cups has become reversed, so we're becoming open to offers once again. We're taking action with the Three of Wands. The Queen of Cups, okay, so that's healing. You see that it's like Atlantis, she's submerged in water. It's like a statue that's sunk down to the seabed. This is like emotional healing. There's so many major arcana. We've got Gemini, the Lovers. This is a divine, a match. The Three of Cups reversed. And grief, we're mourning, okay, a love triangle that has fallen apart, and there was divine lovers involved in it. The Chariot's overturned because there was failure, defeat, loss at the last minute. It's something that started and the wheels came off it, okay, and it was distressing, and we're mourning the loss of it. That's what's in the outcome. The Six of Wands, okay, it's that card where it's, I want to be noticed, I want to be celebrated, I want everyone to clap for me, okay, when I come out of that cathedral because I've graduated, everyone's going to be proud of me, I'm going to feel confident, successful, recognised, seen, appreciated, okay, that's what that Six of Wands card is, okay, it's celebration, it's victory, it's being seen, being noticed. That's in the outcome. Let's get one final one. The Fool. Okay, so someone wants a new chapter. They want to take a brand new leap of faith. You see the 0. This is like the jump that you make, the leap that you take right into a new chapter, a new cycle with someone. That's in the Challenge. I mean, Sagittarius, you've got the Ace of Wands, so I think you want a rebirth. This Emperor, though, he's not changing, he's not growing, he's not evolving emotionally, financially. There's something really, really wrong here. It's very, very stagnant energy. It's not just stagnant, it's like it's getting worse over time. Let's try and dig deeper. Why have they got the Eight of Pentacles reversed? Why aren't they growing and expanding? Hoity-toity. Champagne taste, beer budget, arrogant, pretentious. Are they blowing wads of cash? Are they spending money they haven't got anymore? Okay, maybe they were a good earner, but that's changed. And they're still spending how they used to. That's a problem. Okay, this person is in their ego. Entangled, establish and communicate your own boundaries. Oof, this person, this Emperor might need putting in line. Are you able to do that, Sagittarius? I think you are. I think you are. What is it that you want to know? Did something turn over there? Yeah, it did. Outdated. Discarded, outdated, irrelevant, old news. Ooh. This person has outdated ways of thinking. They can't stand that they're not the main earner anymore. So they spend like one. They have to be the boss all the time, the Emperor. They can be overbearing. They can have a bad temper. They can be very traditional. Okay, in not a good way. I'm afraid to get close and terrified to lose you. You might really, really struggle to get this person to open up emotionally. That could be a real problem. Let's get you some advice, Sagittarius. Communicate. A lot of people are getting this tonight. Things left unsaid will never reach the shore, okay? So you need to be able to communicate with them. If they're not going to do that, well, a relationship takes two, a marriage takes two. You're going to have to make some sort of conclusion about whether that's going to be doable or not. Being true. I'm true to myself and others. I remove my mask and stop creating illusions. I have confidence in who I am, and I reveal the good in me, and do not need to hide or prove anything. I replace shame with the power of love and truth. Okay, so if you, in your heart of hearts, if you know this person is outdated, they're materialistic, they are dishonest about what's going on with them financially, if you suspect that they've been in a third-party situation, invited someone else into the marriage, I'm sorry, but like, why would you want a rebirth? If you can't open up to them emotionally, or if they can't open up to you, what is the point? Okay, you've got to really like be true to yourself. There's no shame in calling it a day. There's no shame in realizing that it's not your job to kind of pull someone along through life, is it? You know, you're pulling yourself, you're letting them pull you down. In most cases, if you do that, you just get pulled down. Embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. Okay, so you're going to find your own happiness. Outside of this, probably because of this, it could be like a huge weight that's being lifted when you cut this person loose. If you cut this person loose, you don't have to keep trying again. Crown chakra. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connections to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. Okay, see, if you don't want to be a depressed fire sign, you don't have to be a depressed fire sign. You can be a determined fire sign. You can be an enthusiastic fire sign. You can be an upbeat fire sign. But you have to be true and you have to be honest, okay? With yourself more than anyone. Don't worry about what other people think. Right, let's get you a crystal. Amethyst. Okay, there's amethyst. What it is, amethyst is a lilac to dark purple semi-precious gemstone from the quartz family. The ancient Romans believed amethyst got its lush purple colour when the god Bacchus spilt wine on a clear stone. Today, amethyst is believed to assist in connecting with the big guy in the sky. Who needs it? Train wrecks who go off the rails on the wet and wild route to Bacchanalia. Any Pisces, okay? Pisces can daydream and fantasize, and they can get lost in, you know, they lose the sense of reality. They have to get grounded again. Because they're water energy, they're very in their feels, okay? But they're very creative, very imaginative, and they make their dreams happen. But you can't make every dream happen, and you're not living in a fantasy. There's stuff that you have to deal with in the day-to-day, or bad shit happens. So, where to put it? The interior decorator's little purple secret, amethyst, can uplift the vibe of any living space. When to use it? When it's time to give up the victim routine and start living with purpose, hold on tight to amethyst. Okay, so it's time to be grounded, okay, but allow yourself to dream, dare to dream, take on the Pisces energy and realize that it's okay to kind of like reach for more, to create new realities for yourself and then go about them. You are the archer, okay? Go and get them. Go get them, tiger. Right, I'm going to put some lights on. If that resonates for someone out there, please give me a like, share, subscribe, follow and repost. Please support the channel. I'm very, very busy and tired, and I do this anyway, okay? Because I believe in it, because I care about it. But I am really busy, so it encourages me and it spurs me on when people comment or say, oh my goodness, that resonates. You know, I like your setup, or I don't know, if you like my personality, something like that. It just encourages me. I know you can't comment on YouTube, but lots of people write lovely things on TikTok. I just find people to be more on the negative side on YouTube. I think it's generally like that on YouTube. You sort of have a bit of a bad day and you go around different channels just writing crap about people. It can be like hella toxic, but it has the best tarot like community, like really big platforms. So it's where I found tarot, and I'll be loyal to it. But I'm very glad that I've got the TikTok channel because they are like more positive on there. I'm glad to have both. Okay, so we're on to Capricorn. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Capricorn's highest good. How is Capricorn feeling in this third week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Capricorn, please. The 6 of Cups. Okay, that's soulmates energy. Each cup represents, you know, a couple of years together. So they accumulate over time. It's a nostalgic card, lots of cups of emotion built up over time, a meaningful, lasting connection. One with fond memories, you know, a lot of unconditional love. It's either that you have that with someone or you want that with someone. I'm going to have to sit out for a bit after this. I'm boiling. There's no airflow in the house. Okay, so we've got the Page of Pentacles. Sorry, not the Page, the King of Pentacles. So that's, well, it's Earth energy. So Taurus, Virgo, and you, Capricorn. We've got the 8 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. Okay, so they're facing opposite ways. If the King of Pentacles was upright, then he wouldn't be at a crossroads. He'd be Instead of looking at all his options, he's like daydreaming to the point where it's fantasizing and it's delusional. And then we've got freedom from mental entrapment. Okay, if it was the other way, we'd have the King of Pentacles reversed, being at a crossroads, being up in our head. So I don't really know, because they came out in the challenge position, but both is kind of saying that you're either fantasizing to the point of delusion over something, or you're at a crossroads and you're free but you feel trapped. With that Six of Cups energy, you could be in that fantasizing delusion kind of state, but abundant. So you're abundant, you're ready for love, basically, because King of Pentacles upright is like very practical, very good with day-to-day responsibilities. Pentacles is like going to work, you know, providing, buying things, paying the bills. Very generous with money as well. Right, Five of Pentacles has come out, so that could be feeling a lack of time, money, or energy, a lack of investment. Okay, so maybe you're lacking in terms of time, money, and energy from another. Right, your person has got the Four of Pentacles. So this is someone that you're either thinking about dealing with or manifesting in. The Four of Pentacles is the miser. It's clinging on to money, conserving time, money, and energy, being a bit selfish, you know, pinching the pennies, preserving the situation that they have. We've got the Page of Wands reversed and the Empress reversed. We've got the Magician reversed. This is one that's unenthusiastic about change. They don't really feel excited for a new adventure. They're the Empress reversed, so they're not attracting in love at the moment. They're very closed off. They could be lacking creativity, lacking hope. It's Libra energy, it's Taurus energy. It's the major arcana that they share. As well as having their own major arcanas, they share this one. Something about this Empress is not great right now, okay? They just don't feel like they've got the tools. They don't have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. They're really trying to hold on to what they've got. They don't want to kind of entrust anyone else to help them to build and grow or to be stable. They don't trust anyone to do that at the moment. So they're just kind of like unenthusiastic. They're just focused on the here and now. They're not kind of prompting an adventure with anyone. So we'll pull one more for them. And then we'll get 3 cards for the outcome. Okay, they've got the Ace of Cups up right now. The Ace of Cups could be self-love. It doesn't necessarily mean they're in love with someone, but it can mean that. We've got the High Priestess reversed. So maybe they've got a lack of faith in love at the moment. So they're exercising self-love. We've got the Knight of Wands reversed. The Knight of Wands upright is like a very sexual energy. They could have lost their libido, or they could be fed up with meeting people who are all about that. The Ace of Swords upright is clarity, sudden revelation, the truth. Swords cut through the crap, okay? They're like the swords of justice. The Devil reverse, getting free from the devil. This person is like spiritually flushing out the badness, okay, that surrounds them. So anyone who's a waste of time, a time waster, a player, they're just flushing that away at the moment. They're not thinking with their groin. You know, they've had clarity, they've got themselves free from the devil. Now that's the major arcana for Capricorn. But basically the devil reversed is like, I'm free from that toxic energy. I'm free from those stupid, daft decisions that I was making to go off with players. I'm an empress, damn it. I deserve an emperor. You need stability. When you've achieved a higher level of ascension spiritually, financially, emotionally, mentally, you need someone who's on that playing field. You don't want, you know, someone who's being toxic, running around, confusing everyone and gaslighting or manipulating anyone. You know, the Empress deserves better than that, so let's get 3 for the outcome. I think you're so ready for a soulmate, and this person is just, they're going to meet you and they're not going to expect it. The Judgment is a call to action, okay? Time is of the essence. Do something. The Knight of Cups is reversed. The Knight of Cups should be upright, okay? That knight needs to deliver that cup to the person that they have strong feelings for. At the moment, this knight is going the other way. Or they're just staying still. So they're keeping stum about their feelings. They're not offering emotion to anyone. Now, I get the sense that we've got like a very Pentacles heavy reading. It could be 2 earth signs. Very practical. Very focused on career, responsibilities, keeping things level, stable, fixed. I think you're leaning into love and I think they're leaning away from it, which could be a bit of a problem. The King of Swords reversed. So the King of Swords upright is someone who's emotionally intelligent. They're businesslike. They're logical. They're a strategist. By the time they come to making a move, okay, they knew they were going to do that 10 moves ago, but they never let anyone know. It's a very strategic chessboard of a brain, the King of Swords. It's Aquarian energy. They can be a bit businesslike in the way that they address people, but they're very, very loving inside. Depends what your moon sign is as well, of course. Now that was reversed though, so if that person decides to use their wit and their intelligence against people, they could really run rings around others, okay, verbally. They're very, very good thinking on their feet with what to say. They know how to smooth things over. They're a strategist. They could be very, very manipulative. Okay, so that King of Swords reverse, I don't really like that energy. I mean, Swords reverse could also be like, I'm not talking at all. I'm blocking you. Okay, so it's some sort of negative communication or bad use of intelligence. You can use, you know, knowledge against people as well, can't you? Let's get one more for the outcome. The Strength card, major for Leo. There's a need to be emotionally strong. That's upright. Capricorn, I think you're feeling like you want attention from someone, you want to be in love. And I think the person that's coming in is going to get there eventually. But I think they're a little bit behind because they've been creating boundaries, they've had a wall up, they've been dealing with the wrong sorts of people. I think you're on the lookout for a really long-term, lovely union, okay? And this came out in your last one as well. When, I think this is someone new that you're manifesting in, when is Capricorn going to meet this person? Around March, okay? So it's coming out like next year, next spring. I mean, winter time and New Year is like weird, you know, people go through a lot of breakups in January, February. March is a nice time because you're starting to make plans for the rest of the year, planning holidays, planning, you know, really fun events. So to meet someone in March is like a good time. Let's dig into what's been going on with this person, because you know what's been going on with you and how you feel and why. Let's dig into them. So why have they got the Page of Wands reversed? Why are they unenthusiastic? Why have they got the Miser with the Four of Pentacles upright? Why have they got the Devil reversed and the Knight of Wands reversed? This kind of like lusty energy. Ooh, the Joker. It's all just a game to them, insincere, just having fun. Okay, so they've been getting played by people who just, they enjoy playing games. Okay, they actually don't feel hurt by messing others about. That's their form of entertainment. It's like a sport to them. Okay, it's probably like an ego boost of anything. So your person's got played, and in the future they're going to meet you and they won't be expecting it, but they'll be far more healed than they are now. Because they're keeping everyone away. They don't want jokers anymore. They're keeping everyone well away from them. They're an empress and they deserve better than that. I mean, more fool the person that they are a fool, they're the joker, but fool them because, you know, they're not appreciative of an empress, for goodness sake. Like, all four queens, the highest status, and the tarot deck, a very evolved, confident, capable person, very stable, very loving, you know, stunning to look at. Why would you not want that? Why would you not want that? Strong roots. Pull weeds of resentment so your love can bloom. Okay, so this person needs to let go of the past, let go of like the jokers. You wouldn't want to meet them and then pay the price for like what someone else has done to them. That's what happens if you force people before they're ready. Okay, that's why it can't happen right now. And maybe, you know, maybe if they just kept going, they'd pick another person like that and another person like that. They need to create boundaries, and that's what they're doing. So we can't blame them for that. Caution, yeah, caution. They've been getting red flags for a while from different people. Fulfilling a fantasy, okay? So maybe this person's really good looking, and so that's why they attract knobheads. I don't know. Knobheads can be male, they can be female. But everyone's capable of getting played, messed about, unappreciated, you know, made to feel insecure, made to feel not good enough. Because someone's actions towards us, it's like a reflection of what we're worth, isn't it? So if that's what we're being told we're worth, that's rubbish. And this person genuinely not feeling good. So they're doing the right thing and they're pushing away the people that look good, and they're not going for that anymore. You know, it doesn't mean you don't look good, but they're not going for the jokers, the ones that are like two-faced, you know, play with their emotions and don't even feel bad about it. Like, that's pathetic behaviour. No wonder this person is like being the miser, do you know what I mean? Because they've already given away their nice points and they were lost, okay, to the wrong people, so. Oh, you are worthy of love. No proof is needed. You gave me the sweetest dream and the hardest reality. Oh my god, it was a love bomber. Bastard. The truth isn't always black and white. Look at that chessboard. Look at that chessboard. Okay. Yeah, so there was a lot of grey area, and this person, they could have been involved with a narcissist, you know. This person's like been basically chatting bollocks to them and confusing them or gaslighting them, making them confused, making them feel like, you know, some sort of illusion is reality, and then they've realised like it's just utter shite. Very, very disappointing to an empress to be treated like that. They deserve better. I think it would piss off a lot of their friends and family to find out that's what's been going on. Let's get some advice for you then, Capricorn, because you've got a way to go until March. And that doesn't mean you're not going to have a dalliance here and there or have nothing going on until March. It doesn't mean that. It means the universe is bringing this person in to you when this person is ready and not before, okay? Not a moment before. You wouldn't want them the way that they are now. They're bitter, they're cold, they're pissed. Oh my god. Patience. The tide will come in when it's ready, okay? So you will get your new catch when it's the right time. Be patient. Ooh, transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. Nice. So if you're pining for a soulmate and you like being in a relationship, that's okay. But this is your time to shine as a single entity, okay? And realise that you can have a really full life without that other person being there. You all need a period like that, like an eat, pray, love year, where we travel, where we cross things off the bucket list. When you do that, it's so empowering. You don't have to wait till you're in love to go and see the Eiffel Tower. You don't have to wait till you're in love to go and see the Northern Lights. You don't need to wait till you're in love to go scuba diving and, you know, wherever. You don't need to do that because you're in love. You get to do those things. Find someone else that's into that stuff, or go and live somewhere in a country where all of that's going on, and you know, you're not going to miss it. The path to light. I make the conscious choice to move towards the light one step at a time. I transform my weaknesses into strengths by mastering my thoughts. I overcome obstacles with positivity and acceptance. I develop my gifts and extend my light to every being unconditionally. By traveling around, you are literally going to bring light to other people. Don't forget your purpose. Don't forget that every interaction you have brings a lot of positivity to others, more than what you probably realise. Some you will realise. But we often look at ourselves as not offering that much, you know. But you've got much to offer the world, okay, and a lot of purpose. So don't keep it in one place. Right, let's get you some sacred geometry. And we'll get you a crystal. Divine Masculine. The frequency of Divine Masculine supports our strong, focused and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. That is very empowering, isn't it? So you can reach your Divine Masculine energy by literally creating goals for yourself and working towards them, whether that's like in your career, whether that's bucket list things that you've always wanted to do. Make a list, keep adding to the list, but cross off some things from the list. Go and do it, get it booked. Okay, it's very, very empowering, this card, and you're going through an ascension. Okay, this is like the most important part of your journey in this lifetime, is what happens to you over the next 6 to 8 months. Look up the number 22 as well, what that means, because you got 22 likes on the screen and the number 22 on this card. Okay, let's get you a crystal. We've got carnelian for the sacral chakra, sodalite for the throat chakra, lapis lazuli for the crown chakra, and apophyllite for the throat chakra. So there's lapis lazuli, there's apophyllite, it was carnelian, sodalite, carnelian, sodalite. There's sodalite. Right, you'll have to look up carnelian, I haven't got that. Right, let's have a look at sodalite. What it is, friend to the chronic meditator, sodalite, known by some as poor man's lapis, is a salty deep blue stone speckled and striated with white calcite inclusions. Who needs it? Planners, producers and Virgos. Where to put it? Wherever you do your best non-thinking. When to use it? When you have a big decision to make, when you're 99% finished with a project but can't get your head around the last 1%. Don't. Okay, seriously. Give up. Meditate with sodalite. I've got some here actually. Abandon solution-orientated thinking, surrender to your intuition, and watch your problem get solved from the same place much deeper. Deepen your intuition. Okay, lapis lazuli. A deep blue stone with deep history. See ancient Egypt, Tutankhamun's eyeshadow. The Old Testament, the high priest of Israel's vestments, and the Dutch Golden Age, Vermeer's palette. Who needs it? Cat people, Leos, anyone who uses the phrase in a past life, I'm totally convinced I was a. Where to put it? As a spiritual armour that lets the world know when I walk into a room, it's customary for y'all to bend to the knee. When to use it? When your thoughts are not your friends, call on lapis lazuli to help get you out of whatever your mind has gotten you into. They're very similar looking, those, aren't they? Okay, so we've got apophyllite. Looks like candied fruit. What it is, apophyllite acts like a teleportation device to places transcendent, often sourced from enchanted India, birthplace of Tantra, Yoga, Nagshampa. Apophyllite clears skepticism, cynicism, and logic from the spiritual path. Who needs it? Anyone looking for that ray of light from on high to hit them with something good. Where to put it? Wherever you practice religion, meditate, channel, and pray. When to use it? When the spiritual life feels like a moving target. When you feel skeptical about your true purpose on earth. When you feel like you're, yeah, but thoughts are dishonouring the innermost you. Beam yourself up, way up. Okay, so yeah, don't forget to look up carnelian. I hope some people liked that reading, that it resonates for you. Please give me a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, and I'll see you in the next one, Capricorn. We're going to go on to Aquarius next. Spirit guides, the universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aquarius' highest good. How is Aquarius feeling in this third week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Aquarius is feeling, first of all, please. Okay, so in the challenge position, we've got your major arcana, the Star. Let's have a look at them this way then. We've got the 4 of Pentacles reversed, so that's the miser. So we're spending money. The Judgment reversed. The World card upright, better days are coming, major arcana, completion of a cycle. Two of Pentacles, okay, the juggler, that's reversed, so we're not managing priorities very well. The Knight of Cups, wanting to go towards someone with an offer of emotion, wanting to feel recognised, wanting to heal. If we turn those around, it would be the Four of Pentacles, the Miser, the Judgment, a call to action, the World card, dealing with the past, still dealing with the past, the Two of Pentacles, okay, juggling two different realities or responsibilities, Knight of Cups, reversed, holding emotion for someone but not telling them, feeling a lack of recognition, feeling a lack of healing. Okay, so to be honest, the way that they are, it tells a very similar narrative, doesn't it? So we'll leave them in the challenge. You've got a secret feelings for someone, okay, and you're not over it, basically. You want them to pay you attention. Does that sound close? The Strength card, okay, major for Leo, that fire energy. There's a need to be resilient and emotionally strong character at the moment. This is the first night in a really long time that my feet haven't puffed up, and it's because I've been going for an evening walk. And I wouldn't say it's a really, really long walk, but it's made the difference. And tonight I've not even been for a walk and they haven't puffed up, so I'll go for a walk in the morning. The Eight of Cups. That's walking away from a relationship. Are you leaving someone? Let's get some cards for the one that's on your mind. They've got the Eight of Pentacles, growth and expansion. That's increments of time, money and energy in order to become independent, financially independent. You know, financial growth or growth in general. Now they've got, what have they got? They've got the Knight of Swords reversed, so they could have you blocked. They could be very tight-lipped, okay, about how they feel. But they've got the Six of Cups. They're in love, okay? The Death card's reversed. That's why I said they could have you blocked, because they're still dealing with the past, okay? So in their mind, they're not over this. They're not done with it. The High Priestess is reversed, though, so they're struggling to stay intuitive about this. It's getting further and further away from them. They could be heavily focused on career, or they could want growth and expansion in general, in love, in life, with finances, assets. The wheel is reversed. They got the Fool upright, the Three of Swords reversed, and the Two of Swords reversed. Okay, so they're recovering from heartache and they're no longer burying their head in the sand. They're ready to like move into a new chapter. However, the Wheel of Fortune's reversed, so they could be doing something that equates to they could be tempted to look at your profile. They could be tempted to talk about you still. They could be tempted to constantly think about you. People can physically and practically block you. They can actively work on career. They can make good moves, you know, with their health in lots and lots of ways. But if they're constantly thinking about you, they're not really letting go. They're not really moving on, okay? They're becoming independent from you, but they're not forgetting, okay? And all the emotions, like, could really easily come back. Because why would they spend so much time thinking about you otherwise, okay? Something's karmic. When the Wheel of Fortune's reversed, it's like unhealthy. Let's get 3 for the outcome. We've got the Four of Swords reversed. Four of Swords. It's the Four of Wands. And I meant the Four of Wands because I was looking at it. Right, the Four of Wands, when it's upright, 4 is a stable number. The 4 walls to a house, the 4 legs to a chair. It's rock solid, okay? It's the 1111 card. 1111. It's a card of like 2 people being openly together. You know, they're in a relationship. It's exclusive. Everyone in the town knows about it. They're getting married, or they are married, or they live together. It's like, excuse me, very, very rock solid, stable connection. When it's reversed, there's major instability, okay? You take one leg away off a chair and it falls. So that's what we've got in terms of a marital situation here. It's normally like 2 people that are married or living together for many years. There could be children involved. The King of Wands, upright, major determined energy. Okay, this is fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. It's someone who is fixed in movement. Okay, they don't go around galloping towards people, being frivolous. They're very calm, considered, cool, calm, collected. Okay, they're passionate, they're self-motivated, they're ambitious, they're goal orientated, they know what they want. Okay, they like to create goals and work towards them, and they like to win. Now that's upright. So we've got a very, very determined person in their masculine energy. It could be a man, it could be a woman. I'm just looking at the cards. I mean, you've got the strength, so it could be you. And you're choosing to leave a relationship or a marriage. You could be the King of Wands, to be honest, as well as the Star. And yeah, you had the Six of Wands, which is fire energy. So I think it's you. The person in your reading, the one that's showing up, they've got growth and expansion in terms of like time, money and energy. It could be with towards career. But they've also got the Six of Cups. It could be your ex, the one that you're trying to walk away from. They've got the Death card reversed, the Major for Scorpio. The High Priestess, which is like, yeah, there's something karmic about them. I think this is your ex that wants, like, they want to keep together even though it would be toxic. Because they got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. The Fool is like, I want a new chapter, I want to take a leap of faith. I don't know, because then there's the Three of Swords, which is reversed. And the Two of Swords reversed. Yeah, it's that, or it's someone from your past that you've dealt with and they loved you, but maybe they'd never told you. Or they were upset about the breakup, but they never kind of dealt with it, correctly. Or they're trying to move on and heal and grow, but they spend a lot of time still thinking about you. Like, to the point that it's toxic. It's someone from your past, and it could be the person that you've left that wants a rebirth, or it could be someone that it didn't go the whole 9 yards with, and they think about you insane amounts, but they keep focused on other things. Okay. Well, it's like toxic because they're clearly not over you. It's like when you go to work every day and you walk around saying you're over it when you know you're not. So everyone else thinks you're over it because you're literally like acting normal, but you spend your whole day thinking about that person. Like, we've got the Devil reversed, the Three of Pentacles reversed, the Ten of Cups reversed, and the Hierophant reversed. So the Hierophant cards can also represent marriage. The Ten of Cups is a family life being upside down. Three of Pentacles is no longer cooperating, no longer being team players, no longer working together. The Devil reversed is the major arcana for Capricorn. The Hierophant is the major for Taurus. The Devil reversed is like, I'm getting out of this toxic family dynamic, because that's what we've got here. I'm getting out of this toxic marriage. I don't want to work together. I don't want to work on this anymore. Okay, if that Ten of Cups wasn't there, I would have said that you could be getting away from a Taurus, but I see the Hierophant as marriage because we've got the Ten of Cups, which is a family dynamic. We've got the Four of Wands, which is marriage and a living, like, the Four of Wands is literally a house. It like represents like what the living situation is like. Is it stable or is it unstable? It represents like the bricks and mortar, like the people living within that. How is that dynamic? And everything's upside down here. I think you're taking action, and I think you're doing it in a very fixed, calm, Aquarian kind of way. Strategic. It's been coming for a very long time. That's what I'm getting, okay? Because you've got the Eight of Cups. We've got the Four of Wands upside down, which is a living dynamic. We've got the need to be strong. And we've got a lot of like narrative here towards needing to take action. A new cycle, a call to act, so it just makes sense that you would be the King of Wands upright. I think you're getting out of a toxic living situation with a family. I'm not saying your children are toxic, but the situation is unstable, and it could have been for a while. Right, let's get you. Let's get you confessions from this ex, whoever this is showing up. I think it's your spouse, but it could be the person that you didn't quite get to relationship with. I'm focused on my career and finances. You brought the life back into my life. They only want you, okay? Even if everything they've done says that they don't want you, they're obsessed with you. Let's get you some advice, Aquarius, because I feel like you need it. Voyage, set sail on a new course. Couldn't be any clearer. Wherever you are, get away. Get away from that current situation. It looks like you are on the right track with leaving that toxic situation, okay, that living situation, that marriage. It's very, very toxic how it is. It's not toxic to have children or to get married, but it's toxic to stay in it once you know it isn't how it's supposed to be anymore, okay? Because you argue, people are passive aggressive, they could outwardly argue. You know, you start resenting the person that you're having to live with because you know you don't want to be there anymore. It makes them feel weird and upset. So why would you want to do that? Do you know what I mean? It's not fair to anyone. Clear the past to heal the present. Could not be any clearer, okay? You've got some, like, housekeeping to do. You need to make moves, okay? You're being called to do it. Inner strength. Oh my god, well, we've got that with the Leo card, haven't we? Nothing moves me from my path to the light because I have complete confidence in myself. How noisy is that bird? I have complete confidence in myself. I realise my innate qualities and abilities and know that with God I can do anything. All the power that I need is within me. Okay? You are getting free from this situation. The devil reversed. Hoist the sails, Aquarius, okay? Should we get a confession from... Oh, we've already had confessions, haven't we? Let's get you sacred geometry and a crystal. Divine masculine. 22. This card came out for someone else. I think it's Capricorn. The frequency of divine masculine supports our strong, focused and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. Okay, so you can get free from a toxic situation, knowing that you're just following your truth, you're just using wisdom. Often in society, we'll tell ourselves or others that it's unwise to leave a living situation, but I mean, 50% of the time, it's wrong to stay. So you can act in the highest good as well for yourself or for another. You know, you can refuse to get sucked into the anger, the words back and forth, the passive aggressiveness, especially if you're the one leaving. You know, do something with class. Be the gentleman, be the lady, you know, don't argue over stuff. There's ways of doing things, isn't there? There's a better way to do everything. Okay, let's get you a crystal. Thank you for the loves. Oh, I've never had this one before. Angel light for the crown chakra. And look, Aquarius. Wow, okay, I'm interested to read this. I hope I've got it here, because this is a different deck. Angel light. We'll have to look it up, won't we? And post what it means if it's not here. I like it because I often get like very similar cards, like the same 7 or 8 cards. So I like it when something different comes out. Oh, I don't know if it's going to be here. It's not here. It's not here. Anyway, I'm going to look that up. I can't do it while I'm on my phone because I'm recording, but Angel Light, I'm going to look that up. Okay, I hope you like that. I hope it resonates. I'm not going to get you a timing because I just feel like everything is really clear here. It's just telling you that you've got something major you need to do, which is leaving the person that you're with before you can unlock anything else that you want, okay? It's like we can't really focus on anything else until we've done our like spiritual homework or like 3D housekeeping. It's time to take care of business, but we're going to do it with class. We're going to do it with dignity. We're going to leave other people's hearts at least partially intact, okay? You can have so much appreciation and so much love for the time that you've had with someone as well. Like, it's not really a loss, is it? It's something that's been banked, it's something that's been accrued. Nothing can erase that. Especially if you got children out of that situation. But all the amazing times together, like, sometimes, like, a contract has just expired and you're not a terrible person because you spent many years together, so it's not something to berate ourselves or allow others to berate us over. They're just hurting, okay? Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that Aquarius card and we're going to go on to Pisces. I'm going to see if I can open any more windows because I am cooking here. Yes, I can. Okay. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Pisces' highest good. How is Pisces feeling in this third week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Pisces, please. How is Pisces feeling? Okay, recovery from heartache, heartbreak with the 3 of Swords reversed. If it was upright, this would be hurting like hell. Okay, and it might still hurt, but it's just a little bit less. We're on the road to recovery. Okay, we're starting to get our independence back. We're able to now think of some of the things we weren't happy with the relationship. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Ooh, taking action. We know what we want because we've passed the 2 of Wands. Now at the 3 of Wands, okay? I've chosen and I'm ready to take action. It's like being at a fork in the road and going, I choose B or I choose A, and you're starting down that path. So this is all looking really, really nice. Excited, optimistic, motivated once again. Right, we've got a massive clump of cards here. Let's have a look. The Page of Swords reversed. See, that's like when it's upright, it's watching, waiting, studying someone from afar. Okay, so that the reverse of that is I'm not waiting, I'm not watching, and I don't really care what they're up to. The 2 of Swords reversed. We're not ignoring the situation anymore. We're not burying our head in the sands. Okay, we're dealing with it. The Knight of Pentacles reversed is the opposite of wanting to invest in someone and walking towards them. This is like, I'm not offering anyone my pentacle. Okay, I'm going to turn that horse around and I'm going to go the other way. I'm not investing time, money and energy into anyone. The World card reversed, okay, is someone that's feeling pessimism. So when it's upright, it's completion, because the Fool realizes that better days are coming. But when it's reversed, it's like being a bit depressed, okay, or just thinking, why has all this happened to me? The King of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Pentacles upright. We've got a divine counterpart here. The King and Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles upright and the King's reversed. So I don't know if you're the King or the Queen. 7 of Cups being at a crossroads. We've got a King of Cups reversed. So that would have been 2 kings, which is too masculine. And a Queen of Wands reversed. What's going on here? The Hierophant. The Devil. Ooh, what is going on? Well, the King of Pentacles upright is someone who's generous with money. They're a good saver, a good spender. They're good at earning. Their love language is to gift. But it's reversed, so they could be really struggling financially. 7 of Cups has been at a crossroads, looking at different options. What next? Literally, like, what is next? The King of Cups reverse is someone who's lacking emotional intelligence. Okay, so they could be having mood swings. They could be angry. They could be crying. They might not just be able to like show any emotion. They could be numb. The Queen of Wands reversed is someone who's like overly sexual. It's very Sagittarian energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but particularly Sagittarius. It can be the other man, the other woman. It doesn't have to be. They could be angry, they could be overly sexual, or they could have a low libido, low optimism. We've got the Hierophant upright. That can be a card of marriage. But it's the major arcana for Taurus. It's the teacher. So from experience, the teacher becomes wise, and then they're no longer the student. They now want the other students to learn from their experience. Okay, they are wise from experience. They've learned many harsh lessons, and they want to help others to not do the same. The Devil. The Devil's the major arcana for Capricorn. It's like being obsessive about something, being codependent, being overly attached. Bad habits, bad behaviours. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles upright. So this is someone that is now, they're now emotionally, they're financially stable. They're a solid provider, very generous. You know, they're upright, so money's good. There's a lot of people involved here, or someone's transitioned between different court cards. There's a lot going on. It could just be your journey, okay, from being the King of Pentacles reversed to feeling over emotional, to feeling weak, a lack of libido, and then becoming financially stable and nurturing. Maybe you're responsible for the children now, something like this. Let's get the work situations improved. Let's get some cards for your person. They've got the Fool, Aries energy, waiting for a new start, a new chapter, brand new leap of faith. They're feeling very optimistic, like they've got everything that it takes to make this work. I don't know if it's someone new or someone from the past. The Hanged Man, okay, they're open-minded, they're willing to see things from another point of view. They're very sad, okay, so they're quite burdened. They've got the Sun card, but it's reversed, so that's associated with Leo, the Sun. But the Sun card is like a naked baby riding a horse bareback, like with the sun shining behind them in the distance. It's like, I don't give a crap, I have no worries kind of thing. So this person is worried, they are burdened, okay, they don't feel carefree. Yeah, this is someone that wants to take a leap of faith. They're open-minded, okay, they're ready to see things from another perspective. They're trying to see things from another perspective, but they feel down. So maybe it is an ex, because you're recovering from heartache, heartbreak, you're taking action, but then there's like all this shit going down. We have in the outcome the Six of Wands reversed and the Temperance reversed. So that's the major arcana for Sagittarius. The Temperance is about managing emotions, and we're not managing them, we're having mood swings, okay? The Six of Wands is victory, recognition, success, feeling accomplished, feeling noticed. That's reversed, so there's a lot of like strong emotion here that's very negative, and it's because we haven't got what we wanted. So maybe this is the ex didn't get what they wanted, so they're down. They wanted a rebirth, they wanted you to see their point of view, they want to see your point of view, and you're kind of moving on and becoming financially, you know, capable and generous and holding everything down without them. Yeah, okay, it's definitely an X because we've got the Ten of Pentacles reversed now. The Ten of Pentacles is associated with marriage, okay? It's what you achieve with two lots of income pooled together. It's lasting generational wealth. It's the maximum pentacles that you can have, 10. It's like what we're all striving for. It would be the completion of a cycle. Like, we've got money for our children now. We've got money for our children's children. You know, jobs are good in. Everyone's set. So that's reversed. So there's money being withdrawn, okay? Assets being divided. Seven of Swords reversed. Cheating exposed. The Tower moment, major transformation, Aries energy. Terrifying amounts of change here with that Arcana. The Magician, all four aces, and the Ten of Pentacles. I think you're breaking free from your ex-husband or ex-wife. I think you're becoming really, like, really capable of, like, taking care and providing for others, dealing with responsibilities and work. You're doing it all, okay? And it's difficult, but you're doing it. I think there's heavy emotions on both sides. Let's get one more. Right, we've got the Five of Swords reversed, the Six of Cups upright, the Six of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. Trying to avoid arguments surrounding or around a soul union, soulmate. Trying to avoid arguments. There's not equal give and take, or we're trying to divide assets. A lack of happiness, okay? Just not being happy within ourselves because of the situation. Someone's not been pulling their weight, guys. Right, let's dig into why they're sad. Why have they got the Sun card reversed? Because you know how you're feeling and why. So I'm not going to look at that anymore. Why are they not carefree? Why are they burdened? Okay, so we've got demanding, unrealistic expectations, high maintenance, diva. So you could have been dealing with someone who's like that. Empty. The truth is that you simply don't feel fulfilled. It's worth the wait to find true happiness. Cuts both ways. Good and bad aspects. Mixed blessing. Division. Okay, so you could have felt like it's been a bumpy road with this person. They've been a bit money hungry at times, or a lot money hungry at times. You know, demanding. You know, they've got some good aspects, but they've got some negative ones as well. And maybe they're trying to fill the void because they're not actually like happy. So they're just focused on money, or, you know, different things that they should be focused on the relationship. Relationships take a lot of work. Marriages take a lot of work. You both have to actively work on it constantly. You can't just drop the ball with it. You'll sink it if you do that. Spirit speaks. Seek wisdom in prayer, but also have an open dialogue. Okay, so it requires communication to make things work. You cannot sleep on an argument. Okay, never ever expect someone to just wait until the morning because you're tired. They're not going to wait. They're going to be awake, crying their eyes out, and they could be gone by the time you get up. So don't do that. It's not emotionally intelligent to just be like, we'll deal with this tomorrow. That's not intelligent at all. I mean, you're recovering from heartache, so I don't think that you want them back. It says doing drugs, okay? So they're really emotionally imbalanced. They're like overdoing it with alcohol or other stuff. They don't want to hear their home truths. They don't want to hear it. You might be trying to tell them, like, you've got an addiction, you've got a problem, you've got a few things that are, like, really, really problematic. I can't find balance. You might be just well over it. Bugaboo, okay? So, like, a homosexual, someone that's just like, I'll sleep with you, and, like, you can bring stability to the situation. I'll just, like, exist around you. There's a few things I really don't like in there. They may have some things that are good about them. Most people are not 100% bad, are they? But this doesn't look, like, healthy, to be honest. There's definitely some stuff. Listen to them birds outside. That's magpies, like, rattling away. It sounds like maracas being shaken. It's got the windows open. They can't sleep either. Don't let fear be your driver. Okay, so they might try to temper their emotions with alcohol or drugs or both, because they could have mental health problems and they might need to be on medication. They could have issues from childhood. I mean, what are the normal reasons that people drink? What are the normal reasons that people do drugs? Normally, they just cannot handle the emotions that they're feeling. But it's not your thing to be responsible for. That's their thing that they need to hold and work on and work through. Okay. Right, so I don't think you're interested in this person. When is Pisces going to meet someone new? It could be gambling as well, you know. I've just thought with that demanding, or they could be controlling, or loads of stuff. Okay. Around May, sooner than you expect. We've got March, so we're getting, like, spring vibes, aren't we? Let's have a look. Sure. Oh, that's freaky now. No, that's actually weird. Keep going with the flow of life, Pisces. Oh my god. It's making me think of, like, the salmon run. I don't even know if that happens in spring. I'm guessing that it does. We're, like, looking at the symbol of the fish and then thinking about spring, going with the flow. I don't know. It's a really nice energy. It's, like, really rushy and, like, it's going to happen sooner than you expect. That's really nice. I feel really, like, bursting into tears, and I'm not Pisces. I feel like bursting into tears, so I don't know if that's clairsentience and that's you right now. I think it's overwhelming, like, how beautiful that message is. Between March and May, you're gonna get a really nice surprise, a really nice new connection. I'm tearing up, and it's just not. That hasn't happened for a while. When I first started reading, I didn't really feel emotional, but I get really emotional sometimes now, and it's like it's nothing to do with me. It's clairsentience. Where am I up to? So I got you timings. I'm going to get you advice. And then crystals. Guidance. Find safety in your beacon's light. Okay, so that's about following your own intuition. What's your gut telling you? Listen, the secrets of the sea become apparent when we listen to the sound within the shells. Take it slow, slow right down. Go with the flow. Don't put any pressure on yourself. Don't rush into anything with anyone. Make people you know, live up to expectations. Wait, you know, and see how they react. Set high expectations and watch them live up to them. I mean, there's quite a lot of love bombers around, but it'll play out and it'll be what it'll be. This person's coming to you, this good person's coming to you between March and May next year. Like, whether you get weirdos until then is like, that's on you, isn't it? But it can't interfere with what's coming in between March and May. Why did it... I thought I saw a blue one. I thought I saw that one. Let's take both of them. So that was a bit weird, the way that happened. I definitely saw blue. Okay, we've got inner beauty. I open the eyes of my heart and direct my gaze to the light within every being. Personality and physical appearance are in the image of man. Beauty and goodness are in the image of God. Okay, so doesn't that look like a Buddha? We want someone to come towards us that our guides have decided is well-meaning. Okay, they bring something really important to us. They're going to be a really nice connection for us. We don't want to be picking someone for superficiality, because what someone looks like or what money they have can always change, and that's not really what's important. You're allowed to be attracted to the person that you are dating or considering, you know, taking it further with, but we can't see red flags and then stay down that course, because we're going to get our fingers burnt. Okay, we've been love bombed, we're dancing with the devil, and we're going to get our fingers burnt. So if you see red flags, go with your gut. Okay, imagine that this person's ugly and think about all the shitty things they've done and the drama they brought, and just walk away. One step at a time. I see the mountain ahead and dedicate myself to taking one small step at a time. I make progress by staying focused on the present moment, the current task. Thus, I regain my ease of living. Okay, so you haven't got to do it all now. Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not supposed to be born, you know, being all-seeing, all-knowing, and the highest version of yourself. That's the point of being a human being, is that you have to have an ego, and you have to learn to lose that ego. You have to learn to live with ego, okay, and rise above it, and all these spiritual lessons and challenges that are thrown at us. You get to a point where you're exhausted with it, and then it all ends. But basically, it's one step at a time. Stop trying to skip to the end, okay? You don't need to do that. Prosperity. Okay. The frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. Keep that sense of spiritual wonder, that sense of gratitude, and the delight of knowing that you're not supposed to know what comes next. And there's all sorts. This is like a roadmap, okay? And there's all sorts of networks going on and things that are coming up in the future. You're not supposed to know everything that happens. Half of the joy in what happens in the future is you didn't know it was about to happen. You didn't know it was coming. You know, that sudden job offer, that sudden, like, crush. Don't try to know everything before it happens, okay? Just trust. Trust and be grateful. Hi, Ananta. It's time to begin your new journey. Okay, let's get you a crystal. And then I'm going to let you go. I might walk around the garden a bit or something. I'm just boiling. I need some airflow on my skin. Ooh, comet. I like that. Very, very fast moving, hurtling along. Okay, so we've got the root chakra. You'll have to look up comet. Okay, I don't know what that means. Agate for the heart chakra. I don't have that one. We'll have to look that up. Turquoise, the third eye. Oh my god, that's weird. Turquoise was just on the top of the deck. How pretty is that? I love turquoise. Brilliant blue-green turquoise has been rocked by humans longer than almost anything since like 5000 BCE. From Lhasa to Marrakesh to Tucson, turquoise was and always will be both go-to protector and fashion statement. Who needs it? Anyone whose voice has gone AWOL. Where to put it? Set in sterling silver rings, big old belt buckles and bolo ties. On the podium, open mic night, and wherever else you need to speak up or speak out. When to use it? When you feel disconnected from the things that make you human. When you've got something to express, get it out with turquoise and speak your truth. Okay, so I'm going to leave you there. I hope you liked this reading, that it resonates with some people out there. If it does, please give me a like. Please share the channel. Repost the video. It lets me know when any person does that, okay? And it shows me where you shared it, and I really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit notifications to find out when I'm posting or going live. I will endeavour to post these videos tomorrow morning, and then I will go live with the next round of readings, maybe tomorrow night or Sunday. It takes me ages to upload the readings. I like doing the readings, but then it takes ages to edit and upload them. And they have to process. That was freaky, like, your message, Pisces. Like, brilliant. Just brilliant by the universe. Okay, take care. Have a lovely rest of your Friday night, or wherever you are in the time zone, and I will see you tomorrow.